My name is Molly Bricker, and I've been going to Redeemer Church for about 2.5 years now. During my first set of finals at Regent University School of Law, I was a 1L, and me and my friend Allie were studying at Starbucks for our first law school final, and we decided that we need to go get our nails done. While we were getting our nails done, a news story came on, and it was about a little 5-year-old girl from Portsmouth who needed a liver, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I have to apply. So I took my final, went home, and filled out the application online. There was a lot going through my mind. I mean, I was in my second semester of law school, and I was having to drive up to DC on a lot of weekends to get a lot of testing done. And I didn't even know until 3 days before the surgery that I was for sure a match. When I did find out that I was a match for her, I had to figure things out pretty quickly. And I mean, the Lord worked through that in an incredible way. I mean, the week before the surgery, I didn't even know if I had passed my classes yet and would be going back to school. I didn't know where I was going to be living after because my lease was running out. And I didn't know how we were going to afford to get my mom and sister down there to help take care of me. And all those things, within a matter of days, took care of themselves. The one thing that really stuck out to me throughout the whole process leading up to it was that I wasn't anxious about it. Even when I met with the doctors in the weeks before, he said, "Tell me now if you don't want to do this. I'm going to ask you now, I'm going to ask you later, and I'm going to ask you right before the surgery. And if you want an out, I'll give you an out. I'll say that you weren't a match. Because there's no pressure to do this because the only thing we can do is hurt you." And I mean, even when he was, telling me about the risk of complications, I felt the Lord's peace, I guess. And I felt like I knew that that's what he wanted me to do. A year almost to the day before the surgery was when my dad died. And the year leading up to my dad's death, I had moved home to help take care of him, and I got really depressed and very anxious and just needed to control something because I couldn't control, watching him die. So the thing I decided that I could control was how much I ate and how much I worked out. I lost a ton of weight. I became very unhealthy. I was miserable, and I was not in a good place. My body was barely sustaining itself. I just felt completely helpless. I had reached such a low blow, and just felt like at some points life was not even worth living. For God to just take control of my life and heal my body and then use it to heal someone else's, that was pretty powerful. I'm friends on Facebook with Sage's mom and dad and grandmother and aunt and pretty much her whole entire family. And from what I can see, she's doing really well. I think she's 7 now and just started preschool. So Sage is healthy and happy. A scripture verse that meant a lot to me throughout this whole journey was 1 Thessalonians 5:24. And it says, "He who calls you is faithful. He will surely do it." What it meant to me was that if God has called me to do this, then he's going to be faithful to get me through it. So it's not on me. You don't know what God's going to do. He can use literally anybody, because he used me when just a year before I was a complete train wreck and my body was starting to shut down. So if he can use me to heal someone else, he can use anybody for anything.